How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and today we are back with another video, a very highly requested one that I see a lot in the comments. Everyone is curious, what are my launch day plans? Where am I going? What am I going to be using as a weapon? How am I going to be, getting to 60 or getting past the first day or two? All of these questions. And so today I wanted to kind of sit down and take a look at that and kind of fill you in on my plans and what I'm going to be doing. So we'll break it down into a few parts here, and so I think the first part will be like a pre-launch setup, like what I plan to do pre-launch, and then we'll go into like what's going to happen in the actual day-by-day basis. So first and foremost, I do have a company. It's called Aeternum Eternal, and we are 200 members at the moment. So we have technically it's two guilds, but that's only because of the 100 cap from Amazon, right? Nothing we can do about that. But that's basically the number that we calculated that would make us be very successful on a highly popular PvP server. The last time we played Valhalla, which was, the most popular PvP server, and it was quite a good time. We did very well on there. We were undefeated in wars, and we held 3 territories all the way up until the end. So that was really fun to see. We also made a bunch of great allies and things like that. So that's the baseline, right? Like, so first off, I have a company. We will be going with a company. So second off, I set up a group, and my group is going to be 5 people. We have a perfect dungeon composition. So we are going to be running basically as a team from the point in which we can do that onward. So what we did is, and this is the bad part, so you can make fun of me for this if you want, but we're definitely super sweaty, so we are going to be playing 15 hours a day with 2 1-hour breaks for exercise and eating food. We are also going to be sleeping 7 hours a day. So that's the breakdown, and it's not super, super hardcore, right? I'm sure some people are going to pull an all-nighter and not sleep, but what we're trying to do is a steady pace all the way to 60. So, and we're taking health and, sustainability in mind, because we don't want anybody to get sick, right, for something like this. Like we just want to enjoy, have fun, and all meet up at the right time, feeling good the whole time and not exhausted and completely drained and physically tapped out. Like, that's not the way you want to go. So we're basically got all that organized. We're gonna be sleeping at the same time, playing at the same time, and taking breaks at the same time. So yeah, we're definitely pretty try hard in that regard. So we'll be doing that, and that's kind of the pre-game setup, right? Other than that, everybody kind of has a general idea of what they've wanted to do. We've seen a lot of testing in these closed and open betas, so our guys have a rough idea of how we want things to go. So next, we're going to jump into like the in-game stuff, which is going to be day one launch for me. What is that going to look like? So day 1 launch for me, I am going to be, and I have been practicing my speed running all the way up to the faction choice, where you get to choose what faction you're in, which will allow you to create a guild, because I need to create my guild as fast as possible. So I got that down pretty dang good, if I might say so myself, and I will be running that as quickly as I can. I will be bypassing any and all nodes and whatever. I'm just going straight for the ability to make the guild. So main story quest, main story quest, main story quest, making the guild. So that's going to be my starting, like, first 30 minutes in the game, right? That's what that's going to be. While I'm leveling up, I'm going to be using Great Axe and another weapon, maybe a combo of a few weapons between Hammer and Hatchet, and maybe even the Sword Shield. And I know that sounds so weird because everyone's going to be like, Sethphir, aren't you a mage player? Yes, I am, and I will be. But mage weapons are just so bad early. They really slow you down, honestly. Like, they really don't come into like level 40. Like right around 35, 40, they start getting a lot better, but they're just so slow early on. And it's such high value to play a weapon like Great Axe, where you get a lot of strength scaling, and well, let's be honest, it's easy to play, right? You just left click. That's Great Axe, and you just kind of go and go with that. So I'm going with the most OP weapon that I can think of, right? And that's just for me personally, in my own opinion. Maybe there's other people that think differently. But for me, that's what I'm going to be doing. I've always been a meta player. I will always play the meta. So I will be going that. If there are patch notes that say otherwise, that nerf or lower the ability of the Great Axe, then I will be switching to the bow and rapier combo. And that one also sounds weird. So bow rapier, in through my testing, I have found to be some of the highest damage, like just in general. And all of this is with a composition in mind, right? Like I'm going to have a healer with me constantly. I'm going to have extra people with me constantly, right? So I have a role to fulfill. So if I was solo, I would probably go like bow hatchet, right? Because then I would have a self-healing weapon or life staff, great axe or something like that. But since I'm not solo, I'm going to opt out of that hybrid healing thing, and I'm going to go for just more damage cooldowns and group utility. Like my mindset with the axe and the hammer was the axe bunch of damage, and the hammer for the armor break rend, which is going to increase the mob's damage that they'll take. So that's my plan. So after I make the guild, right? Once I make the guild, I am then going to be doing this quest that you see on screen. I'll be running to the old man on the river, and then that's where my group will meet up. We're going to grab this fast travel point next to the old man, and then we're going to head into Windsward. We are going to get the fast travel point at the town, and then we are going to group up from there and do some of the quests around the area until we hit level 23. As soon as we hit level 23, we will be going into Amarine. But the way we're going to get there is through Windsward, probably PvP quests, maybe PvP flagging and running around as a group, trying to get some bonus XP like that. We're also going to be doing some of the town board quests on a 30-minute interval. And this is where you probably want to make fun of me again, because we're currently working on a bot that's going to announce 30-minute intervals for when the town board is refreshing. I know it sounds so sad and pathetic, but that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to have some bot in Discord that's going to be like, town board's refreshing in 1 minute or something cool like that. And then, we'll all be able to head there and kind of pick up those quests because it is a nice boost of XP. So we're going to be focusing on those things. And also some of the side quests that lead up to additional tuning orbs for Amarine. Some of those are located in like Everfall, so we might be dipping a little bit into that area. So we're aiming to get as many Amarine dungeon runs in as we can at level 23, so that we could sort of power boost ourselves up to the next tier. That should get us to about 30, I would say, in combination with some elite grinding spots down in the bottom of Monarchs, and also some other, maybe some portals spawn up. I don't know how fast that would happen, but probably not. So we're probably just gonna have to rely on those sort of things. So along the way, I will be getting some mining up because I need the items for the trade board. I will also be getting skinning up to some degree because, again, needing those items, and it's a great source of XP. I will also be doing a tiny bit of herbalism just for hemp and things like that. Like all the stuff that the town board requires, I will be doing a bit of all of those gathering professions. I will not be doing any other professions other than gathering professions, unless it comes from a town board quest, which levels me up anyways, and therefore that will give me natural crafting leveling skill, right? So I'm not going to be somebody that's going to be focusing on making bags or tools. I'm not going to be focusing on making jewelry. I'm going to leave that to someone else and try to push for the top end, right? I'm pushing for 60 as fast as possible. So that's my big overall plan there. And then touching back to that Amarine thing, like I said, we're going to be running that a lot, and that's going to be our primary source of getting up past day 1, right? And I would imagine that to be about day 1, like level 20-ish something on day 1. Day 2 is going to go into, a whole nother slew of things. You're going to start getting into the point where you're looking at more town boards, and maybe even heading up into Brightwood, where you could do Brightwood PvP quests, and you can also do Brightwood quests in general. It's like sort of a 30-35 zone. So that's where we'll be looking at aiming towards there. But I'll have a full leveling guide talking about each leveling bracket. So like 1 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 45, and 45 to 60 coming up 1 week before the launch. So you can look forward to that, and I'll give all the juicy details and secrets there. So, that's pretty much my game plan in summary. I do have to find the time to squeeze in the ability to run to one of those forts and claim it. Our guild will be claiming 2 territories at the start. We will maybe be pushing for a 3rd territory but that third territory would be like Reekwater or like a high level zone, right? So that's going to be our goal. We're expecting to get the first territory within the first 30 minutes, I would say, about 30-minute marker, as well as the second one following an additional maybe 20 to 30 minutes after that. We will see on how that goes, but we kind of have a game plan for that. We did it in the open beta, and it worked quite well on Valhalla, so that was like a really sweaty PvP server, and we were able to kind of do everything there successfully and remain undefeated the whole time. So we're going to go with that same strat, and we're going to pull it off again, right? So that's pretty much the summary of everything there. I appreciate you guys taking the time to sort of check in and see what I'm doing. Definitely appreciate all the support that we're getting in terms of subscribers, likes, and all of that. We also got quite a few members to join through the YouTube join button. So that's a really cool thing there. We're offering some perks like emojis and badges and some kind of special Discord things and member polls and shout outs in the videos at the bottom in the description, which you could check out down below after, everybody for like a certain rank in there. And we got a lot of cool things going on. I will also be focusing a good bit on YouTube live streaming coming up here soon. I was debating between Twitch and YouTube, but I'll be trying to do some of that in the future, especially leading to pre-launch, maybe a QA thing, maybe some weapon tier lists. Comment down below, let me know what you want to see, and I will also for sure be YouTube live streaming my entire launch process. So you're going to be able to see me from like minute 1 onward. I might have to put a delay on it, we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to try to do that for everyone. So hopefully that does work out and I can figure all this streaming stuff out. I'm very new to it, so I got to figure out the whole setup and all that stuff, but appreciate everyone bearing with me on that. All right, well, thanks for your time once again, and we will catch you in the next video. Have fun.